Tēnā koutou katoa. Thank you all for your ongoing support to work with me in this parent partnership forum, improving sleep system care. So where we're at now is I've taken a long time interviewing 12 parents from across the motu, Auckland, Rotorua, Taranaki, Wellington and Marlborough. It's been such a privilege to get to know you and to hear your stories. Undertaking and transcribing all these interviews and then analysing what you've told me took longer than I expected, but I've now got the first version of what I think you've told me. And the purpose of this video is for you to hear and understand this analysis and for you to give me feedback on this so that I can make changes if I haven't quite got it right. And once I've heard back from you, the plan is for me to then write a report outlining our recommendations and then hopefully arrange a time to meet people from Paikaha and Setting to Go, and hopefully together with any of you that want to and can attend so that we can present our plan. I've got a couple of options on how I can hear your feedback and thoughts, as I know that you all have really busy lives. So one option is for you to, in your own time, complete the Google form that's in the attached link, the email that I sent you, answering a few questions, or join me on Zoom, hopefully with some other parents, at one of the sessions I've proposed, and then we can talk through the plan together. So just a quick reminder that I undertook this work within the principles of enabling good lives. And together we all spoke about the principle of self-determination as being critical to the work of supporting your child's care. We then discussed each of the three themes that were developed from my master's research. The first being, it's a complex night. The blue post-its are just a few quotes from you all, and the orange ones summarize the key points that your children had complex and unpredictable health needs, particularly in their early years, prioritizing their health and sleep over sleep system use, but this resulted in a lot of overwhelm and guilt and frustration. We then discussed the next theme, this is what I know, and here you spoke about both parents and therapists and clinicians needing training, and in particular regarding sleep training, sleep behaviour training, understanding the principles of postural care, and how to implement sleep systems into your daily routine. People also spoke about needing training on how to advocate for their child and all the many professionals and services involved. And people also spoke about clinicians needing training specifically about how to really listen and understand parents' lives and how to partner, collaborate, and improve their communication skills. We also discussed the third theme, support me to support my child. And here you again spoke about clinicians needing training to really understand your life at night, to improve their communication, partnership and coaching skills, as this would improve the relationship between clinicians and parents. People also wanted ongoing and regular support with equipment reviews, especially whilst children are growing. And there were some other ideas about support and other things you needed to help you manage caring for your child. So I've taken all this information and came up with a draft of three main messages for us to take to Whaikaha, the Ministry of Disabled People, Enable New Zealand, the branch of government that funds equipment, and Setting to Go, the National Sleep System Trainers of Clinicians in New Zealand. First, sleep system training of clinicians needs to expand to include training of clinicians in relation to sleep training, coaching skills, relationship training, and how to support parents to improve their advocacy. Better understanding of the importance of the child's activity and participation, and not just a focus on the body and measurements, but their overall life. One suggestion was that therapist training needed to include online modules of parents and children, online modules of parents and children speaking to therapists, sharing their experiences, as this is a powerful way to learn and understand. As postural care work is just one part of the work clinicians do with you and your children, another suggestion was about therapist training in relation to setting goals so that information given to you is balanced and care is coordinated across multiple therapists and services. The suggestion is that Seating to Go, the company funded to train therapists, could review their current WIMPIM, which is Wheeled Mobility and Postural Management training package. Perhaps these could include online modules for these ideas, and that this training and credentialing process needs to include case studies, especially about the complexity of your lives and ways to help support you. Mandatory refreshers and supervision so that every family gets great and consistent care. Seating to Go gets funded from Whaikaha and enabled to do this training so that the plan is that these ideas are presented to these services. The other main strategy is to develop postural care training for parents and caregivers, as currently only you only receive knowledge and training from the therapists working with you, and many people spoke of the inconsistency of this. One suggestion was to develop a postural care pathway to make this clearer for both parents and clinicians. Whilst many of you wanted in-person training, we all acknowledged that delivering this to everyone across the country would be hard, so a suggestion was training that included a range of modules that parents could watch either in their own time, in a group with other parents, or perhaps together with their child's therapist. Many wanted this training to be offered early, such as when they were still in hospital with their baby, but others wanted this information later. Everyone spoke about needing to be able to watch these modules multiple times and at different times in their journey as a parent, as they might not be ready to hear it the first time. Everyone wanted the training to be a partnership between experts and parents who had lived experience, as most believed that what parents said about their experience. And people also wanted some way to connect with other parents, like a Facebook parent support group, maybe Zoom networking sessions. Maybe these could be led by other groups such as Parent to Parent, and other ideas included having people who could navigate and support parents or train the trainer sessions for parents to be able to deliver peer support groups. We hadn't fully landed on what the modules would include, but some ideas are: what is postural care? Why is it important? What might good 24-hour personalised postural care look like? Is it working? How do you know if it's not working? How to get back on track? How to communicate and ask for what you need? All these ideas would have to be in conjunction with Whaikaha, Enable, and Seating to Go, and would involve funding to develop this training. So I'd really like your feedback on this analysis of your suggestions so that the recommendations to Whaikaha captures what is needed. This last slide captures other things parents spoke about that were not directly focused on sleep systems and 24-hour postural care, but were suggestions of things that would hugely improve the lives of you and your children. I think we should include these in the report or pitch to Whaikaha, but think that the postural care report should focus on the previous two slides. If Whaikaha was to truly embed the Enabling Good Lives principles, then some suggestions included specific Whaikaha funding and responsibility for behaviour change training, development of clinical pathways, improving collaboration between services, and reviewing the equipment trial process, and training for clinicians to improve shared care. As well as these, the other important ideas included fund disability sleep consultants, provide additional overnight care support so everyone in the family gets a good sleep, ensure equity of funding, ICC versus Ministry of Health, provide better access to more intensive therapy intervention and support, and have more local communities of excellence, such as at the Wilson Centre in Auckland. So the next steps. I'd like you to give me some feedback, either by email, Google form, or join me on a Zoom session. I'll then make changes to the recommendations following your feedback, and I'll write a second or a third version of the recommendations, or I'll write a draft report of our proposal of recommendations and send it back to you for feedback. Once we have agreement, I'll contact Whaikaha, Enable and Second to Go and make a time to present our recommendations. Thank you all so much for your time. I know that together we can make a difference. This is my contact details at work where I am, but I'm also including the Google form, and hopefully we can make some times together that we can actually meet together in person. So thank you very much.